Alright, just gonna give it a few minutes here, but you guys, you saw the thumbnail, you see the title, yeah, man, what the heck? Then I don't even know what to say about this other than, man, rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. Well, man, we did not deserve to lose somebody like him so soon. So hold on, just give me a moment, guys. I'm gonna go over here. Let me make sure that hopefully my microphone's not messing up too much. Okay, hold on. I might have to mess with my audio. Hopefully it's not crackling too much. I just listened to the audio. Maybe it's because I moved over here, so. Hmm. Um. Testing, testing. Okay, just sorry if I'm messing around with everything. Hopefully I don't have any problems here. I'm just. Alright. So hold on, guys. I just want to. So please bear with me, guys. I'm just posting this real quick to one of my places that I post. And by the way, for anyone wondering, I know, please forgive me for mentioning this. I don't want to talk about something else as it relates to this, but I don't know if I'm gonna be on Twitter for much longer. So if I do share this on Twitter, then it probably one of the last times I share anything there. But yeah, man, Bray Wyatt. I mean, dang, only 36 years old. That's not much older than I am. He's 2 years younger than I am. That's just crazy to think about. And this has already made me think of when Brody Lee, who we all for know as Luke Harper, who was in the Wyatt family with Bray Wyatt, he passed away 3 years ago, right at the end of 2020. Oh, hold on, just okay. That's what I'm just looking down at my laptop here. Sorry if I have to, you know, get up for a moment to go plug my laptop in, so I don't have my laptop die in the middle of the stream. I'm sorry, I didn't want to use that word, but drain, because not trying to make jokes, man. One of the minute I heard Bray Wyatt's news, damn, and this is somebody we were excited for. When he came back last year after he got released from WWE a year prior. So, man, don't know what else to really say. I mean, we'll talk a little about his time in WWE, the good, the bad. I mean, really, I don't blame Bray for any of his bad times. I mean, he did what he could in WWE. It's just certain old man who still is alive with. Uh, yeah, so let me put this here. Man, hold on. Let me do something before I lose battery power on my. Guys, if you guys want to talk in the comments about what was going on, let me just put this real quick, and I'll be back in a moment because I need to do this. So hold on just a moment. I'll be right back, guys. Bear with me. This shouldn't take me more than a minute or so. Let me go plug my laptop in, and then I'll be back to continue. I know this is a weird impromptu thing, but I chose the wrong time to start the stream before my laptop drains. So hold on. I'll be back in a moment, guys. Alright, sorry about that, guys. For anyone that was watching live, let me put that back on the screen. So, I would have started the stream after I would have charged my laptop. So if you were watching the stream and wonder why I was gone for about a minute, well, at least I had to put something on the bottom of right here on the banner to let you know why I had to leave real quick. But man, just gonna give it some time, see who else joins in. If not, hey, I'm only doing the stream because I want to talk about Bray Wyatt. Of course, I know it might be hard to see if there's any figures of his behind me. I know back here there probably is one down there somewhere, like back over here by the Usos, which might be hard to see because of the banner in the way. Yeah, it's back there. The light doesn't really help. And then I do have like some of his more recent elites, like the Fiend one from the SummerSlam series, and well, yeah, man, this is just So like I said, let me share this one more time somewhere else. Let me share some of the platform that I'm gonna be leaving here soon. First, let me go make sure I switch accounts because I'm mostly gonna share on my other. Yeah, there we go. All right, so bear with me. If I did a video, it'd be a different story. But then I could even just do a short video, and even then, sometimes it takes a while to upload, and it wouldn't be up till like the next day. So, all right, here we go. Just wanted to share something to the platform that I may not be on for much longer. And even the Iron Sheik's account, which we just lost the Iron Sheik recently, but somebody runs his account, posted a posted for Bray Wyatt. Man, I got and this is coming a day after we had just lost Terry Funk. Now, in Terry's case, Terry Funk was pushing 80, so his was to be expected. I mean, once again, that's. I mean, and here's the thing, recipes Terry Funk. I mean, he'll be somebody we'll also miss, but Bray Wyatt though, especially after just coming back to WWE a year ago, it was Extreme Rules that they had announced he was back with the company after all the White Rabbit teases. And then he only has like maybe one or two matches. He has that match against LA Knight, the Pitch Black match, which people did not like as much. And then after that, there was more to come with Bray Wyatt, and then he just disappears. And I don't want to blame somebody for all this, but we lose Bray Wyatt, but we still have Vincent Kenny McMahon. And I don't wish death on anyone, but Vince, I won't be shedding a tear when you pass. And once again, this is not blaming Vince, but I think about how Vince mistreated Bray Wyatt during his time in the WWE. I mean, it was Triple H who saw Bray's worth. He's the one that brought back. Because keep in mind, when we had that brief time, Vince McMahon wasn't in power after the whole scandals with non-disclosure agreements and hush money, and Vince had to leave the company before he came back so he could sell WWE to Endeavor. It's just, man. And you just think, Bray was mistreated in his time WWE. His championship runs, if you want to call him that, his first run WWE title, just lose to Randy Orton, and then his couple runs in the Universal title where he got squashed by Goldberg, and then he would lose the title to Roman Reigns when Roman Reigns came back, and then we just didn't see much of him before he got released. And then when he came back, I mean, man, and then not to mention to lose him almost 3 years since we've lost Brody Lee, formerly Luke Harper. So that's two members of the Wyatt family gone. Okay, hey Josh. Yeah, Josh is doing some stuff that he's got to do. But Josh, okay, I'm glad you see you. I know you already heard the news, and we've had our good pal Game Dude too. He's heard the news, and that's Ilios for me and Josh. So he's one of our good friends. But anyways, yeah, man, yep. Then speaking of him, yep. Welcome Ilios, Game Dude 2, of course him and Jails Productions, my pal Josh. Good to have you guys both here. If you guys are just in the comments, because I'm not gonna do the stream for too long, but you guys want, of course, talk about Bray Wyatt as well, because we've all been watching him since he made his debut in WWE, going back to 2010 with Husky Harris. Yes, that sums it up, man. It sucks because it was not. I mean, really, not much older than us. 2 years older than me, same age as you, Josh. I mean, I know that when you hear anytime someone passed away, that's the same age as you. I mean, or age of anyone. I mean, it's still being your 30s and to pass away that early. I mean, man, it's just ugh. It's just. I mean, man, there's so much that could have been done with Bray Wyatt. And hell, who all here still has that bad taste in their mouths from WrestleMania back in 2021 when he lost to Randy Orton and then disappeared, and that was before he got released the first time around. I mean, and we had no further explanation for why he lost that match to Randy Orton. Yes, definitely, dude. Absolutely another shock. Lost to Hardcore Legend Terry Funk, which is sad. Yeah, dude, because I'll say before with Terry, even though I'm not trying to downplay Terry's death, at least with Terry, because he was already up there in age, had a good long career. But Terry, we kind of expected he'd be gone at some point. But for Bray Wyatt, to not even 40, he's 36 years old, and then just kicks the bucket. Like, man, I mean, anytime you pass away like that early, before the age of 40, or even just before the age of 50, I mean, really just to pass away that young. I mean, I don't think I've felt this sad. I mean, and it's nothing with Brody's, but I think the saddest time I've felt as a wrestling fan was when Eddie Guerrero passed. And, the only other person I really was real sad about passing, like the two people, Macho Man Randy Savage and Robert Piper, but even though they were both late 50s, early 60s, and I'm not going to downplay their deaths, it's when, you pass away around that age, it is sad, but you also think about how much Savage and Piper accomplished in their careers. Not to say that Bray hadn't accomplished a good, decent amount, but, man, he could have accomplished so much more if given the chance, and he had been given the chance. It's just Vince McMahon didn't want to work with him. Triple H, at least, did want to work with Bray, but he'd been having these health issues, and, that sucks that we would lose Bray. And right now, there's been no disclosure of death at the current moment, which we may not know that for a while if we do find out. And to bring another example, we all didn't know with Brody Lee when he passed away in 2020 what was going on until after it happened. Like, they were that secretive, and it was understandable. I think his wife didn't want people to worry, and I'm sure it could be the same in this matter with, JoJo, former ring announcer for WWE. She's been married to Bray the last few years, so I know that's tough for her. They have some kids together. Bray also has some children from a previous marriage, so I know that's probably tough for them. Of course, Mike Rotunda, best known as IRS, to lose his oldest child, and Bo Dallas, whose real name is Taylor Rotunda, to lose his older brother Windham, who we all know is Bray Wyatt. I mean, and they were even tagging together back in FCW when they were going their names of. I want to say it was for Bray. It was originally Duke Rotunda. I could be wrong. I know that Bo Dallas previously went by the name of, and it was Rotundo, I believe, at one point instead of Rotunda, because their last name's Rotunda. So yeah, so they were tagging together back in the early days before they went their separate paths. Of course, like I mentioned, Husky Harris. That's what Bray Wyatt was known as previously. Yeah, Duke Rotundo. That was his name. I had to look it up. Of course, Axel Mulligan, Alex Rotunda. I didn't know he went by that name. That must have been his early FCW name before he went under Duke Rotundo. I'm just looking up all the names that he went by. Of course, we all know Bray Wyatt because that's the name he became famous under. And, yeah. Yep. Creativity was work of genius. Triple H loved what he had. Yep. So he's potential. Oh, yeah. I'm sure they will, because I feel like they have to do something. To lose somebody this young, like, it's one thing when it's somebody who's retired and hasn't been active in the pro wrestling scene for quite a while. Like at least with Terry, yeah, they were gonna do a little tribute, but with Bray, I hope tomorrow night there's a tribute show on SmackDown because they've got to, I know we talk about acknowledging Roman Reigns, but we need to acknowledge Bray Wyatt because he was still under contract for your company. I mean, AEW at least had decency to do a show for Brody Lee, and Brody Lee, wasn't with AEW very long, but they treated him like he was there since the beginning because, well, the company had already been around for a year at that point when Brody had passed. So, man, if WWE doesn't do something, I mean, even if you're not doing the entire show focused around Bray, but the dude had a great career. I mean, if you really consider it, it's a decade plus career. As if you go back to when he started on the main roster in 2010 as Husky Harris, he would have that brief couple of years we didn't see him, and then he came back as Bray Wyatt. And that's back in 2013 when he started wrestling on the main roster under that name. And, man, I mean, if you forget about the brief time we didn't have him in 2021 and 2022, it'd be almost a decade that he was, a decade he been using that name. Going from the cult leader with the Wyatt family to when he went solo to his tag team with Woken Matt Hardy called the Eater of Worlds. Of course, his best stuff with the split personality with the Firefly Funhouse, where he's basically a little bit of a demented Mr. Rogers, and then he puts on the mask because of this serial killer named the Fiend. And then, then they try to do this whole little bit of a, I guess, kind of blurring the lines between kayfabe and a shoe with what they were doing with Bray Wyatt recently when he came back and he thanked all of us for supporting him. And then we started seeing all these teases with Uncle Howdy, even with Uncle Howdy making his debut. And we can look past the Alexa Bliss stuff because, they were trying to get Alexa Bliss to rejoin him. But other than that, man, to really think about, I mean, and yeah, great too. I mean, all that stuff with the Fiend, the Firefly Funhouse being Bray's ideas. I mean, very few people outside of like John Cena and Randy Orton, when it comes to anyone that's been active at WWE the last decade or so, gets that much creative control. And then Brock Lesnar and even more recently Roman Reigns gets creative control. But for Bray to actually do what he was going to do, with the Fiend and Firefly Funhouse to what we were doing now with the White Rabbit, and then, I mean, all the stuff we had going on here. I mean, and I think if you had a chance to go to AEW before this, I think AEW would have definitely seen it. I mean, say what you want about AEW and what that company's doing right now, but I don't know. It's insane just to lose somebody like Bray Wyatt, somebody who could have done so much more with or without a championship. He didn't even have to be a champion, and a lot of people argued that maybe he didn't need to be a Universal Champion when he was the Fiend, because we all know that at some point he'd have to lose that title. And he did, not just once, but twice. And, man. I mean, of course, his first run as WWE champion, I mean, that could have been better, but once he and Randy Orton started feuding after Orton had betrayed him after being part of the Wyatt family for a brief time, we all had a feeling that was going to probably happen. It's crazy to really think about it. So I'm going to stick around for a few more minutes. I just wanted to come on here just so I can get my thoughts about Bray passing away. It really is sad. I was in the middle of like working on some artwork for fun, and then when I heard this news, I was like, you know what? It really put a damper on my mood. I mean, I'm still gonna continue on with what I was doing. I just need to come on and just talk a little bit about Bray Wyatt. Man, I cannot believe it. I mean, let me find some. I'm gonna go back on YouTube. So hold on just a minute, guys. I'm just doing some real quick, and I'm gonna put a picture up too when I get ready to end it. So I'm gonna go here real quick. So when I end the stream, I'm gonna put a picture on the screen too. I'm gonna use what I had for the thumbnail. So I'm gonna upload this real quick, just so I can have it. So bear with me, but guys, once again, if you want to give your thoughts about Bray Wyatt's passing, feel free. I know I'm not active much on YouTube as of late. I must come on here for a live stream here and there. I'll talk more about what I'm gonna do with YouTube later because this is not about me. It's more about Bray. I mean, once again, I haven't really felt this sad about Russell passing really since Eddie Guerrero. I mean, and then there's nothing against Brody because Brody still got me too. But I mean, man, Bray Wyatt was somebody I did enjoy, and I know a lot of you guys enjoyed him. Um, it really does suck this had to happen. And I'm just like I said, it really does make me want to cry that we lost Bray so soon. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna wait a few more minutes, see if you guys have any more comments. If not, I'll wrap things up. Um, like I said, if you guys want to talk about Bray, what your good memories are, maybe bad memories, not so much for him, but maybe what you think could have changed booking wise. Because let's be honest, one of the best mic workers WWE had in years. When Bray got on that mic, you felt what he said. It didn't feel like he was reading some script. He was reading like a promo he wrote, not something that Vince McMahon told to speak. Very few people, man. Yep, same here, dude. I'll be definitely keeping up on that, where it be through various wrestling news sites, and I mean legit sites. I'm not gonna list their old Meltzer because even though I'm sure Dave, like everybody else, is probably sad. He'll probably look into his stories. I mean, screw Dave Meltzer, but I'm sure even he's gonna probably, do the right research and find out why. But I would check out like wrestling, Wrestling Inc., Wrestling News Source, WrestleZone. Hell, Sean Ross Sapp, I trust him. He's a good wrestling journalist. And a few others that I probably might have not mentioned, but yeah, man, to lose Bray Wyatt like this, it sucks. But yeah, it's just. Oh yeah, of course. Oh yeah, yep. The Firefly Funhouse. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that was the one that really got him. I mean, alongside the Wyatt family, because the Wyatt family, you think of the Manson family and what, what they were basically, connect him to in a way. And really, he was kind of like also the second coming of Waylon Mercy. If anyone remembers that old New Generation gimmick that the WF didn't do a whole lot with, and basically, the Waylon Mercy was based off of Robert De Niro's character from the movie Cape Fear, this kind of man that was smooth talking, but also a little bit of a psychopath, kind of a cult leader, and that's what they went with Bray Wyatt. And and it's good that even for a while, Bray Wyatt was doing that character when he went out in public, so he could see how well he can do it once he put out in front of an actual audience. Like I remember the story that he went to like jury duty, and he was in the Bray Wyatt character in real life. In fact, I want to say Dusty Rhodes was the one that told him to do that. The late great Dusty Rhodes, back when Dusty was part of NXT. Oh man, Brad Gray, work. He can wrestle like a Fiend. Well, his booking wasn't good. He enjoyed his gimmicks, especially a Fiend. Well, his wrestling could have been better. I blame Vince more for that. His booking wasn't good. Yeah, I mean, we once again blame, but yeah. Oh yeah, definitely a great in ring for. Yeah, I know. I kind of had to reread that. Oh yeah, he could wrestle great. It's just the booking was terrible because of Vince. If Triple H was booking him, I think Triple H, and Triple H. I know with NXT, I know he booked Bray pretty well there, and then of course, I think we all could agree one of the other big blunders besides his losses to Randy Orton and Goldberg, The Undertaker, WrestleMania 31. Taker was just a year removed from having his streak ended at Brock Lesnar's hands. And I get Taker had to get his win back, but against Bray Wyatt, who was basically seen as our current generation's version of The Undertaker because of that mystique. And for Bray Wyatt to have all this great buildup to lose to The Undertaker, it didn't need to happen. They should have had Bray go over. But no, they wait till like a couple years later, let Roman Reigns go over, and then tease Taker's retirement. And yeah, I'm sorry to go a little bit off of the Bray Wyatt discussion, but it's like Taker had nothing to gain from that victory over Bray. Yep, definitely. Yeah. It was terrible. And yeah, Triple H was the one that, yeah, because remember, Vince had no issue. You guys know that Vince did not want to bring Bray back. It took Vince being gone for a while because of that hush money crap that he was doing, for him to leave the company for a brief time with Triple H running the company. But now that Triple H is, Triple H has some power. At least he hasn't lost any. But man, I know Triple H because Triple H is one of the first ones to report on this. He let us all know that Bray's gone. I mean, man, it's just still a shock, and I mean, we'll all move on from this, but we'll never forget Bray Wyatt. It's just ridiculous. But it's life. We can't blame anyone for this. If Bray had been suffering some real bad health, whether it be physical to anything else, because I know that also from what I've heard over the last few years, Bray also been kind of having mental problems, like depression, stuff like that. Sometimes he would need to take time off. So I would hope that's not the case. That maybe it was just something health related, physical. That's all I would hope. But even then, I wouldn't really hold it against him because we don't know what was going on with Bray's life. He could have looked happy, but you really never know. Um, so right now, I don't know what happened. Nobody does. We'll find out maybe later on. If we don't, well, I would just say don't even worry about that. And if you really are that concerned about it, that's one thing for me. Part of me wants to know, part of me doesn't. But at the same time, all we can do is remember the good times about Bray Wyatt, not so much the bad. Yeah, try to forget stuff like the match of him and Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell, and then the match with Goldberg. I mean, sorry to bring those up, but those are all going to be ones we're going to remember. But try to remember all the good stuff about him. Yeah, I mean, it's been tough. I'm sure, yeah, because Bray Wyatt, he and Brody were good friends back in their time at WWE together. As if you remember, the old Wyatt family well, I remember it was somebody else before Brody / Luke Harper was in the group. I can't remember. It was somebody that was also on the second season of NXT that eventually got phased out and replaced with Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. Which, man, Eric Rowan, that's another friend of his gone. Because if you guys remember the tribute show that AEW had Bro Lee, Eric Rowan under the name Eric Redbeard had showed up. So I wonder maybe if Triple H will maybe let Eric Rowan come back to WWE, even if it's just for one night only. Yeah, I would hope not either, because there's been times where people, and please forgive me for bringing this person's name up. I promise you not here again. I'm going to use that guy, Benoit, as an example. Let's forget about what Benoit did, and I'm not trying to, sugarcoat this. A lot of people thought that when Eddie Guerrero passed away, Benoit was never seen. Now, thankfully, with Bray's case, Bray didn't go that route. With at least it was only just Bray. Whether Bray had lost by natural causes, or well, I don't want to say the other way, but sometimes the death of a wrestler, a good friend, dude, come on, man, come on, no, dude, come on. Well, like I said, I had to bring him up as an example because because obviously, like I was saying, I was trying to mostly get to the point that, like in Benoit's case, losing his friend Eddie Guerrero was tough for him. It could have been tough for Bray to lose a good friend like Brody Lee, Luke Harper. Um, so I would hope it's not the reason. He could have been suffering through a lot of other things. He also, several years back, had lost his grandfather, Blackjack Mulligan. So I know that probably been tough on him too. But that you at least would expect. But to lose a good friend like Brody Lee / Luke Harper, I mean, I'm sure that's something that he probably had struggled with. But who honestly knows, man? But anyways, guys, I'm getting ready to end things here soon. Once again, I sorry I had to bring up the person that we all don't like talking about, but I'm using that as an example. Just because, like I said, some wrestlers, they have a hard time. If they lose a good friend, you never really know what's going on. But there could be a lot of things going on in his life that we just don't know about even before that. But yeah, Bray Wyatt, man. Windham Rotunda, rest in peace. Gone too soon. Still had a full career ahead of him. And hopefully he and Brody Lee are back together in that squared circle in the sky. I know it'll be tough for Rowan. And even, I want to say, maybe even how Braun Strowman feels. Because remember, Braun Strowman was a part of the Wyatt family for a brief time. And they even feuded back in 2020 to do rehash the Wyatt family angle. So I would wonder how, I mean, and they're not the only ones. You got to think of everybody else in the WWE who probably had good things to say. And AEW, maybe some people with Impact that have worked with Bray Wyatt, maybe some people that maybe are in Japan currently that probably worked with Wyatt, and, you know, just all over the place. So once again, guys, rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. You'll be missed, man. So I'm not getting with my usual saying. I'm gonna get ready to wrap this up, but I'm gonna put some on the screen, and then I'm gonna try to send because I've had to find a video somewhere. So guys, so let me do this real quick. Let me just take this off the screen. Let me find where I have it. I have to go to. Yeah, definitely. I would be too to see what Braun says because once again they worked there, even if it was for a brief time, but still. So if you're joining the stream late, well, you guys can feel free to still comment. I'll be reading them, but I'm gonna put something here on the screen. So let me go to my overlays here, and we're gonna see how this works. Okay, let's see. So there you guys go. And now I'm gonna mute my audio because I'm about to do something here real quick. In fact, bear with me as I'm doing this. But man, Bray Wyatt just gone too soon. Man, I'm still in shock over this, guys. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna mute my mic, and then, well, you guys know what comes next. So, again, rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. You will be missed, and yeah. Oh, hey, Tien. Sorry, Tien. Yeah, definitely shocking news, man. It definitely is. I think everybody in the wrestling community, if you're not feeling something, man, I mean, I don't know who. I know Bray Wyatt probably didn't have people that liked him. There's gonna be people that are gonna crap on him even after he passes, and that's fine. Whatever. I can't tell them they can't, but still, Bray was a person like the rest of us. He was a good dude. He didn't do anything wrong. Forget the Bray Wyatt character. I mean, he was just a good man in real life from the stories I've heard. And even how he left his first wife for JoJo. Yeah, I'm sure he didn't like doing that, but forget about that. I mean, like I said, still a good man, still love his children. Yeah, I know, man. To lose Terry, so I'm gonna get ready to wrap it up here in a moment. But TMQ, thanks for coming, dude. Yeah, like I said, I'll probably reply to you guys in the comments before I wrap the stream up. So, guys, I'm gonna mute my microphone, and well, like I said, if you watch pro wrestling and know anytime a wrestler passes away, well, you guys know what happens next. So, guys, let me do that real quick.